God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a caretaker. So God made a farmer. God said, I need somebody willing to get up before dawn, milk cows, work all day in the fields, milk cows again, eat supper, then go to town and stay past midnight at a meeting of the school board. So God made a farmer. I need somebody with arms strong enough to wrestle a calf and yet gentle enough to deliver his own grandchild. Somebody to call hogs, tame cantankerous machinery, come home hungry, have to wait lunch until his wife's done feeding visiting ladies, then tell the ladies to be sure and come back real soon and mean it. So God made a farmer. God said, I need somebody willing to sit up all night with a newborn colt and watch it die, then dry his eyes and say, maybe next year. I need somebody who can shape an axe handle from a persimmon sprout, shoe a horse with a hunk of car tire.
Farmers were seen throwing stones at police, eggs at the European Parliament, and even starting fires in the streets. Lines of tractors gridlocked major highways and blocked the EU headquarters as leaders meet there for a summit this morning. The farmers are hoping to pressure leaders to do more to help them with things like rising costs and taxes. Journalist Ishan Garg is on the ground in Brussels for more on this story. So, Ishan, we can see there a smoky scene continues there this morning. We saw those fires that were happening in that same location. So what is the mood there right now with those farmers around you this morning?
Well, there's certainly a large degree of anger among the protesters, many of them complaining against EU policies that relate to agriculture. There are various groups of farmers present here. As you can see behind me, most of the tractors and the farmers that are here, they're actually Belgian, but we've also seen farmers come down from Spain. We've seen Italian groups here. So it's a large collection of farmers who are presenting their side of things, saying that they are angry not only at the policies of their specific governments, but also the EU policies. And their main concern is that their productivity, their profits have declined in the past few years, especially after the COVID-19 pandemic. And they are particularly concerned about cheaper imports coming from Latin American countries and also from Ukraine. And many of the farmers who are present here, they are saying that this is a big moment for them, especially as the EU Parliament elections are coming up later this year.
The European elections are coming and politicians are super nervous, so also the European Commission. And I think that is the best moment that together all the European farmers go to this street and show our necessities, because we cannot stay again another 5 years waiting more legislation and not compete with the same tools that third countries.
The elections coming up is also part of the reason why many of the leaders are now looking to engage with the farmers, with the EU Commission recently holding several rounds of meetings, hoping to assuage their concerns.
And Ishan, I can see that scene behind you, not only very heated, literally and figuratively, with the fire behind you, and also just people yelling. We're seeing those images there. A lot of anger there right now. So the protesters, they really want the attention from the EU leaders attending the summit in the city. What other actions are they hoping to see from them?
Well, gaining EU's attention is certainly the big priority here, because as you can see behind me, they're lighting fires. You can hear the sound of the firecrackers probably. There's blaring music right behind me, and all of this to get the attention of the European institutions. There was an announcement just a few minutes ago that they're potentially going to go closer to the EU Council building, where the 27 heads of state are meeting right now. And this is not one of the topics, the farmers' protest is not one of the topics on the agenda officially, but analysts have said that it's highly unlikely that, given this is happening right in the heart of Brussels, that farmers' concerns will not be raised there. That's not likely, according to analysts. So they are hoping that they will be able to get the attention of the EU leaders and hopefully get more subsidies and potentially some form of economic help from the bloc.
Yeah, Ishan, that scene that is unfolding behind you there definitely may be very hard to ignore. Thanks so much for this update. That's journalist Ishan Garg in Brussels.
God said, I need somebody strong enough to clear trees and heave bales, yet gentle enough to yean lambs and wean pigs and tend the pink-combed pullets, who will stop his mower for an hour to splint the broken leg of a meadowlark. So God made a farmer. It had to be somebody who'd plow deep and straight and not cut corners, somebody to seed, weed, feed, breed, and rake and disc and plow and plant and tie the fleece and strain the milk and replenish the self-feeder and finish a hard week's work with a 5-mile drive to church. Somebody who'd bail a family together with the soft, strong bonds of sharing, who would laugh and then sigh and then reply with smiling eyes when his son says that he wants to spend his life doing what Dad does. So God made a farmer.